When working parents drop their little ones off, they expect for them to be fed, looked after, and generally expect for their babies to learn the basics, like colors, the alphabets, and shapes. Well, there's a story out of Newberry County, South Carolina, where 2 daycare workers only wanted to teach toddlers how to fight. And not in a technical way or as a skill, like how the great Floyd Mayweather Jr. is teaching his grandson to become the next top professional boxer in the family, but these 2 women were being malicious and using this as a form of punishment. But get this, both women were arrested after a toddler outed them for their disgusting behavior. That child sparked an investigation, revealing somewhat of a secret mini fight club being operated by the 2 female workers at the daycare, where they encouraged the toddlers to fight. Those 2 women identified as 56-year-old Serena Caldwell and 27-year-old Erica Jones. They were accused of encouraging at least 14 toddlers to fight at this daycare here. More details to come, but first, take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Shout out to Prosperity, South Carolina, Newberry. If you're watching from there or anywhere in the Columbia, South Carolina area, shout out to all of you, let me know below. Today we have the youngest whistleblower that I've covered here, about 3 years old. The child told their parent that their teacher at daycare had them and other children hitting each other as punishment. Security camera footage later revealed that Serena and Erica told at least 14 children to slap, push, shove, and hit other toddlers at Kids Unlimited Daycare as punishment or to get the toddlers to follow rules. On top of all of that, they discovered that this one right here, Serena, she took a box of baby wipes and threw it directly at one of the toddlers. I mean, the level of mistreatment here is disgusting. I know traditional media, they're simply calling them students and children, but these innocent little ones are only 3 and 4 years old. They're toddlers, and to us adults, they're babies. So imagine them allowing toddlers to push each other and fight, and not just possibly causing physical harm because somebody's baby could have been hurt, but think of the mental and emotional damage going on here. The Newberry County Sheriff's Office arrested both Tweedledee and Tweedledum on Thursday, November 9th, 2023, on charges of contributing to the delinquency of a minor and unlawful conduct toward a child. 14 counts of each for Erica and 15 counts each for Serena.
Newberry County daycare workers accused of encouraging kids to slap and hit each other were granted bond with conditions.
Erica Jones is facing 14 counts related to child abuse and neglect, while Serena Caldwell faces 15 of those same counts. The pair worked at Kids Unlimited Daycare in Prosperity. Again, that's in Newberry County. According to the sheriff, this whole incident came to light after a child at the daycare told his parent last month they were asked to hit another child. Our Nick Neville has been on top of this story for us all day. You're live outside the sheriff's office, Nick. The 2 suspects attended a bond hearing today.
Yes, they did, Billie Jean, and there were several conditions of their release. They were not to have any contact with the victims in this case. They're also not to have any contact with any minors who may be in need of care. And if they are to leave the state of South Carolina, they need to get permission from the solicitor's office first. The sheriff tells me that while none of the injuries that these children sustained were serious, the emotional toll could be long-lasting.
What were you thinking?
Newberry County Sheriff Lee Foster incredulous following the arrest of 2 daycare workers at Kids Unlimited in Prosperity for allegedly encouraging kids to fight.
And they kind of looked at it as something maybe almost equivalent to a sporting event, where they were kind of trying to motivate the kids into participating in that.
Erica Sarai Jones and Serena Caldwell appeared in bond court Thursday on child neglect charges. The incident report lists at least 14 juvenile victims between the ages of 3 and 4. After reviewing security footage, the daycare immediately alerted the sheriff's office and fired Jones and Caldwell.
We've had daycare workers that have assaulted children and daycare workers that may have taken punishment a bit too far, but nothing like this. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
In addition to inciting these kids to fight, Caldwell's also accused of striking one of the young children with a box of baby wipes. One parent who wished to remain anonymous says she doesn't believe this is indicative of a culture at the daycare.
I hate that these two women kind of tarnished the name of this daycare, but at the same time, I'm glad that it was caught and they will have to serve justice. But at the end of the day, there's no real justice, because how do you remove that from a child's head? You've altered their life.
Sheriff Foster calls these two individuals rogue employees. Some parents tell me that despite initial reservations, they are going to continue to send their children to Kids Unlimited. Reporting in Newberry, Nick Neville, WIS News 10.
All right, Nick, thanks for that update. And John David Dawkins, who has owned Kids Unlimited for more than 29 years, sent WIS a statement which reads in part, quote, "It was brought to the attention of our senior staff members that possible offensive behavior by two staff members may have occurred. After viewing security camera footage, the two staff members were immediately terminated."
Absolutely crazy. So the daycare workers were granted bond on the condition they have no contact with the victims and any minors who may be in need of care. I wonder if that will also include children outside of the daycare, like the ones in their family. Is anyone investigating possible incidents outside of the daycare, in their personal lives? Also, the sheriff's office, they have the footage related to the alleged misconduct, but they haven't released it. I have to say it. This miserable Rottweiler and her pit bull co-worker are 1000% out of order. They're supposed to be instilling good habits in these toddlers. Instead, they're treating them like they're on a prison yard. My problem is, why did it take a 3-year-old to tell their parent on them when all of this was captured on video? Shout out to that baby and their parent for listening. But the daycare should have discovered they had rogue staff. What if the baby never said anything? Then what? They would just keep it up? I think the adults here at the daycare, they're the problem. These two along with management. When you hire these people, you're supposed to have a process and systems for them to watch the kids, as well as routines and procedures in place to watch the people that's watching the kids too. They are all out of order. The two workers, the management, the whole daycare should be investigated. How long ago did they hire Serena and Erica? And why are you not watching these people? You have cameras. You should have somebody reviewing them. It's really a shame that this was only reported after a parent complained and was basically about to report the facility. They always say Black women are the least protected. And that's simply untrue. The least protected in the community are Black children. Look at what's happening at this daycare, and they're still allowed to operate. How many of you want to bet this pit bull and Rottweiler won't get all the time they deserve? Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this. Special thank you to Selden GA Dogs. I appreciate you for all of your support, as well as Tyree, who said keep dropping bars, and the Pampered Chef. Again, I appreciate all of you. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.